What's happening, guys? So we're here for a random stream, and I thought I'd give you man a stream since I've had a little bit on my mind today, footballing wise, because obviously the aftermath of going from 9 points to six, even though it's realistically from 6 to 6, and I'll say there's a lot of noise on social media about the table and City beating Liverpool at Anfield and all the titles on now and everything like that, which I get. I understand. I can get why people are saying it like that. I can understand. You know what I mean? Because nobody expected, well, I won't say nobody, but it wasn't really expected for Man City to go to Anfield and get 3 points the way they did. Yeah? Wasn't really expected. Even though I knew Liverpool had that in them. Yeah? Exactly how Liverpool played, I knew that they had that in them. Yeah? It's just the drama at the end, that was just jokes. I mean, VAR ruling out City's third goal, I thought that was bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, just let the goal happen, you know what I mean? But John Travolta wannabe, aka Soboslai, he misses 3 matches. Peak for you, Liverpool.
Emotional damage.
But we're here to talk about us and the fact that we're still 6 points clear. And I'm actually, I know you man might be thinking, but I'm actually not worried. It doesn't worry me. I think maybe because we've got to a cup final, it's given me a new set of confidence for this team, although I still do have my doubts in other areas. But I'm not looking at City winning their game against Liverpool, which was a big game, a big win for them. And look how they're acting. They're acting just like how we did when we were beating teams that we were expected to beat. But, it is what it is. But it's a big win for them, and they needed that because what was expected was for them to not beat Liverpool, and we will stay at least 8 points clear. We know they play on Wednesday. They play before us, so the gap will be 3 points because they're going to smoke Fulham. I honestly think City are going to smoke Fulham, like 5-1 or something. That's personally what I think, and I think we'll beat Brentford. I think we'll narrowly beat Brentford. You know what I mean? But it's just funny how the pundits was ready to write off the title if City didn't win yesterday. They were ready to say that, oh, Arsenal going to walk away with it. But now that City have won now we need to watch out. It's like, well, which is it? You know what I mean? Because I never would have written City off if they'd have lost last night. You know what I mean? Because you lot have heard me, you lot have seen me all season what I've been saying.
I've seen him do it.
You man have been seeing me say, look, I need to see April and them. You know what I mean? I need to see them times. You know what I mean? Because nothing's done yet. Yeah? It's more easier to say we've bottled the league than it is to say that City have, simply because of history. Yeah? If we keep our consistent form, then yeah, we'll win the league. If City keep their consistent form, we win the league. You know what I mean? Because the way their inconsistencies this season compared to ours, you know what I mean, would show that, well, definitely we're going to win the league. But after what I saw 3 years ago, I still can't turn around and say it. You know what I mean? But I do think we'll win the EFL Cup. My worry is how are we going to handle the aftermath of the final, win or lose. If we lose the EFL Cup final, is that going to push us on to win the league? If we win the EFL Cup final, are we going to get complacent? You know what I mean? Is the EFL Cup going to be like a curse where a team wins it and they start declining afterwards, kind of thing? You know what I mean? But in terms of the final itself, I'm not worried about Man City in the final. They should be more worried about us. They're the ones that is trying to save football. They're the ones that have got all the fan bases on side. Oh, please beat Arsenal, mate. You know what I mean? It's on them, too. You know what I mean? But we know the pressure's on us. We know we have to. Like, we must when it comes to that. But, yeah, I'm not entirely worried like in terms of the Premier League right now, we're still 6 points clear. We probably prefer it this way. I mean, I did say this 3 years ago, though. Even though we all know what happened there, though, don't we?
Emotional damage.
But I knew it was too good to be true to be 9 points clear and stay there. I just knew it. Just Liverpool being Liverpool, I just knew they wouldn't have it in them. I just knew overall it was just too good to be true to just be 9 points clear like this. It was too good to be true. But we've seen us with 7 point lead this season, and City will draw a game and we'll draw a game or some shit. Or we had a chance to pull so far clear. We could have been like 11, 12 points clear at one point. But we failed to win the games that needed that happening. You know what I mean? But now City will start winning their games. We'll start winning our games. And it's just a matter of who's going to crack first. And for me, I think Arsenal and Man City, number one, we're going to win the majority of our games leading up to that final. Yeah. Number two, there's only going to be a few points in it. And number three, that final is essentially going to decide who's going to win the league. That's basically what's going to happen. Yeah. So in other words, if Man City are only 4 points behind us going into that final, yeah, and we beat them, that would show, well, we're going to win the league then. We're going to pull away from them because we've seen what Man City have been like all season, yeah, and then we'll go win the league. But if, say, same scenario, we're 4 points ahead of Man City going into that final and we lose that final, I think City will close that gap. But I think losing that final, I think we'll crack. I think that will crack us. Yeah. If the points margin's like that, if it's close like that, I think we'll crack. Yeah. Whereas if we're 15 points clear going into that final, if we were to lose that final, yeah, by the time we repair ourselves, the points tally we might be 7 points clear in the end. Yeah. It might be, but it's going to be interesting how we handle the aftermath of a final mid-season as well. You know what I mean? Because like this is not something that we've been accustomed to. You know what I mean? We haven't been used to winning a cup final in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? When we've seen us win it, it's been either with games to spare or after the Premier League season's climaxed. But this is in the middle of the season. You know what I mean? What's 6-7? What do you mean? I might be lost here. It's very hard for me to listen to a lot of outside noise about the way the narrative changes so quickly. 1 minute we've apparently wrapped up the league, next we've got to watch our backs. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? The league was all wrapped up, apparently, if certain scenarios played out. Now they're changing it all. I mean, Gary Neville was saying some shit, wasn't he? I mean, let me just go on my I think I shared it on my story. I shared it on. Oh yeah, here we are. So Gary Neville, when City were 4 points behind, the title race is over. Yeah, and I remember, you know, us being 4 points clear. Man was saying, "Oh, Arsenal now."
Do it.
But then now Arsenal 6 points clear. Yeah, Arteta won't sleep tonight just because City won at Anfield. And did you see the way Man City was celebrating? Beating Liverpool at Anfield. You see where Haaland was celebrating? Ain't that what we get mocked for? Yeah. We used to get our asses handed to by Klopp, yeah, at the Emirates Stadium, yeah, home and away. And when we beat them and we celebrated and Odegaard took a photo of the photographer, it was Arms House, yeah. Beating Chelsea to get to a cup final, Arms House, the way we're celebrating. Look at Man City, yeah. I wonder what did Jamie Carragher say about it? Just get down a tunnel and get inside. I guarantee you, man. Yeah, if we'd have won at Anfield this season, yeah, we would have celebrated somewhat like City did. Yeah, and we would have been crucified for it. This is the same Man City, the juggernauts of the Premier League. That why are you celebrating? Realistically, it should be why are you celebrating like that for? Yeah, you've closed the gap on Arsenal, but nothing's won yet. Why is nobody saying? Because it doesn't suit the narrative. I'm still backing us to win the league. For me, it's all on that cup final for me. It won't be a shock to me if we bottle this league again. It wouldn't be a shock to me. Yeah, I'm sticking my neck on the line, right? I'm honestly not looking forward to Saka and Odegaard coming back.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
Being honest. So I told people the best football we've seen had Odegaard not in our midfield. Yeah. All that shit we were doing back end of last year when Odegaard was injured, all that fun we were having, he were in midfield. When he came back, shit started going miserable. Yeah. When Saka's in the team, Gyökeres is barely getting fed. Now he's getting fed. Yeah. Them two can hold bench. Yeah. When they come back from injury. I'm missing Moreno more than I'm missing them two. That's how wild it is. What? Honestly, that's how wild it is. I'm missing Moreno more than I'm missing them two. Because I'm not gonna get fooled by Odegaard ever again. Yeah? I'm not getting fooled by him again. When he comes back, I don't expect him to be the Odegaard of inform. I don't expect that. No. I expect disruption. Yeah? Same with Saka. I expect him to do the same thing he does. Yeah? Not want to take on players, but when he does, he's not going to look for a pass when he can. Just rattles people so much seeing Arsenal happy and celebrating. We've got to do it more and harder now. Yeah, I mean, these next few games now, you know what I mean? It's we must just, all the players have to do is focus on ourselves. Because, like I said before, City will do what they do. We know what they're going to do. It's all about us doing our bit. Because, in all fairness, City's games are not even really that hard, looking at them. If I look at their next few fixtures, it's not even that hard. So let me look at their fixtures. Their next few fixtures, they've got Fulham at home. Yeah, they'll smoke Fulham now. Then they've got Newcastle at home. Again, they'll take care of Newcastle. Leeds away might be tricky, but I think they'll win that. Forest at home. What are Forest going to do? I mean, West Ham have picked up a little bit of form, but I still don't expect West Ham to do anything. And then it's the cup final. You know what I mean? It's the cup final after that. So that's their games leading to the cup final. Then when it comes to our games, we've got Brentford away, which is going to be hard, but I do think we'll scrape a win. Then we've got Wolves away, so we'll be a game in front, by the way. We'll be a game in front. So it's literally PTSD from the 2023 season, really. Where City will have a game in hand. We just better make sure that we take care of, our team, because their game in hand hasn't been sorted out yet. Then we've got Spurs away. Yeah? Which, depending on what's happening with Thomas Frank, if they sack him, they might get a new manager bounce. Then we've got Chelsea. I personally don't think we're going to beat them at home in the Premier League. I think that's going to be a draw. Then Brighton away. That's going to be a tricky one. Then Everton at home, and then the cup final. So we play a game more than Man City going into that cup final. And their game in hand with Crystal Palace is yet to be confirmed. Yeah, because it's not even on this list now. So it's literally to be confirmed. You know what I mean? So for me, everything's going to be on leading up to that cup final and whoever wins that cup final. That's what it's all on. And yeah, there's just no escaping not getting over the line in that. Sorry, there's just no escaping that. But yeah, as for Liverpool last night, it seems that there's still some Liverpool fans that just can't keep Arsenal out of the mouths. Yeah, they just lost to Man City at home for the first time since 2021. Yeah, first time since 2003 when fans have been present. Yeah, and Liverpool fans, hashtag not all of them, they just couldn't keep our names out of the mouths. You know what I mean? So let me just hang on a minute. Don't tell me. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look at that. I know you take AI with a pinch of salt. Let's have a look. So, Man City earned the first league double over Liverpool since 1936-37 season, which was the last time they won successive league games against them. And guess who won the league title that season? Manchester City. Oh, Christ. Oh, Igal's potting something out here. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't Igal, but he's reposted it. So game week 24, we were Man City was 6 points behind. That's the title done now for Arsenal. Redknapp and Richards discussed the title race. Then game week 25, 6 points behind, Man City still are. Arsenal will be looking over their shoulder. Are Man City in this Premier League title race? So the narratives just changed, don't they? I mean, the narratives just changed. So a win at Anfield was enough for these men. This is why I'm saying I'm not getting worried yet. Yeah. Yes, it was a big win at Anfield for Man City, but when I saw the way they were celebrating as well, it just reminded me of us these last few seasons. You know what I mean? These are meant to be mentality monsters, and they're celebrating like that, winning at Anfield. You got the Man City page posting. Hold on, let me show you, man. Actually, let me zoom in. I don't know what's he saying.
Now the title race is officially on. What a comeback from Man City that was. 78 minutes looking dead and buried in the game. Trust me, I've been there many times at Chelsea. Man United breathing down our necks. You look at fixtures ahead. Who are they playing? Are they playing early? Do they close the gap on us? And also, as an Arsenal player, you're sitting there on 78 minutes today going, okay, worst case, we'll take a draw here. Let Man City pick up a draw with Bernardo Silva's.
You know what? I hope the Arsenal players, number one, I hope they didn't watch the game. Number two, I hope they were out playing ping pong or some shit, just distracting themselves. You know what I mean?
Goal. And all of a sudden, it's to 6 points. Now, also, big thing, Man City play on Wednesday night, so the title race could be reduced to 3 points before Arsenal go and face Brentford away on Thursday night. Great opportunity for Man City to really close the gap. And like I said,
you see how everyone's twerking for Man City? Now, I know, obviously, John Terry, Chelsea legend, he's not going to want Arsenal to achieve anything. I get it. But whether John Terry was a Chelsea legend or Everton legend, it's no difference. You know what I mean? The theme is still the same. Operation twerk for Man City.
Pressure on. But like I said, as an Arsenal player, you're sitting there, you're starting to look at fixtures ahead, who plays early, who plays late, all comes into play. So the title race is officially on. What a comeback from Man City. The big man, Haaland, stepping up with all the pressure on his shoulders, delivering what a great penalty that was. Exciting times in the Premier League. Let's see what Arsenal are made of.
And I hope we take care of Brentford. What's the narrative going to be should we beat Brentford? You know what I mean? What's the narrative going to be? You know what I mean? I don't remember Liverpool fans ever moving the way they do over Arsenal before last season. Not under Klopp or any time before that. They are begging a rivalry. Exactly. This is what I mean. Like I said, they crossed the line when we beat City 5-1 last season. And the way they were going on, that was it for me. I can't rate Liverpool fans. They wanted to lose as well. Yeah, some of them, yeah. Some of them actually did want to lose that game.
Do it.
You know what I mean? But here's John Terry talking about, oh, Man City, mate, the title race is on now. You know what I mean? But anyways, if Man City were clear, 6 points clear, nobody would be talking about title race. Arsenal are 6 points clear and still shit themselves. Who shit themselves? You know what I mean? Because I ain't. And still in doubt whether they'll still win the league. Well, whether they'll win the league. Me, I even said we'll win the league all season anyway. So I know I'm not in that. I'm waiting for after that EFL Cup final now. You know what I mean? Do you know how embarrassing that can be to a club? But yeah, let me go on to Haaland and Foden wanted Pep Linders to rattle Liverpool fans. Yeah, they were dinging. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me not waste you lot's time. Let me just go on Man City's page. It's not there. It's not on the Twitter then anyway. It'll be on their Instagram then. Imps. Let me just quickly go to their Instagram. The freaking freaks. The narrative before we beat Brentford will be Man City only 3 points behind Arsenal. Yeah, so surely if we extend it to 6, then the title race is over now then. Because Arsenal just extended it. What if Man City lose? You know what I mean? And then these men, even though I don't think we'll lose, but these men are entertaining that, are they? What if Man City lose against Fulham and then we go beat Brentford? You know what I mean? You go on top gooners, calm down. Yeah, I know. Them man be chatting about calm down. I'm calm now, me. I'm calm. Did they delete it? Oh, there he is. There he is. Look at that. Look at this. Conquered Anfield, mate. Anfield conquered. You know what I mean? Look at that cheesy ass shit. Imagine us doing that. Yeah? These are meant to be the mentality monsters. And these men are talking about, we conquered Anfield because we finally won there and Haaland scored, mate. You know what I mean? See, shit like this, yeah, makes me less worried about these men now. Because they're turning into us of a few seasons of recent seasons. Yeah. Conquered Anfield, mate. I mean, but yeah, if we win at the Etihad and we put conquered Etihad, yeah, watch. You know what people be saying, don't you? Why are you trimming as if you want Champions League, mate? You know what I mean? That's what we're saying. That's what these men will be saying. Big up to George. That's what they'll be saying. If we go there, you man defo winning. Well, I hope we're winning the League Cup and the league title double at a minimum. You know what I mean? Can't wait for the final. I can't either. I can't wait for it. You know what I mean? Bring it on, man. I'm looking forward to that. You know what I mean? Seeing us at Wembley and everything like that, Wembley settings and all that. We just better take care of these, man. You know what I mean? Surely the time is now. You know what I mean? Surely the time is now that we go and win that EFL Cup. You know what I mean? Without no bullshit, no. You know what I mean? Straight blitz. One City fan for me that I think needs to get cooked if we win the league is Armchair fan Hamza, even more so than Big Steve. They're the same Hamza that tried to say, "Oh, do Arsenal know postcode for Wembley?" You know what I mean? The audacity. You know what I mean? That man only recently started going Wembley because of a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Minus the sugar daddy, that man would have only gone there for playoffs. What the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? I think it'll be a tight. Yeah, it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a tight game. It's whoever wins it in normal time or extra time is going to be by 1 goal. I don't think it'll be by 2 goals. Otherwise, I think it'll go to a penalty shootout. It might be one of them games where just nobody can just. I won't put it past it being 0-0 after 120 minutes. You know what I mean? I won't put it past that. Well, yeah, surely we're winning this trophy, man. This is the first season that I've actually believed we're going to win the Premier League. Our depth is incredible. Arteta's done well. He's done well to get us in the position that we're in, top of the league. Obviously, he comfortably got us through the Champions League league phase. We're still in the FA Cup, and we're in the EFL Cup final. You know what I mean? I don't care what anyone says. This EFL Cup final is blockbuster final. Yeah, you. When have we in our lifetime? I'm struggling to think. The top two in the table fighting for the title play each other in the EFL Cup final. When have we seen that? Because pretty much every season, whoever gets the EFL Cup final, it'll be some mid-table team that gets there with them. Or maybe a fellow top 4 team or whatever. But never like a EFL Cup being almost the title decider. You know what I mean? When has anyone looked at an EFL Cup and said, that's going to decide the title? You know what I mean? Literally, one trophy is deciding who's going to win the other. You know what I mean? It is mad. He actually said that. Yeah, he tweeted it. He said about I'll send you the postcode, Arsenal fans, or something like that. So I replied to it. You know what I mean? And it's like, since the new Wembley was built, they've lost more times in there than we have. You know what I mean? Their first visit at the new Wembley was against Man United in the FA Cup semi-final in 2011. That was their first time at that new Wembley. Yeah? And since then, they've lost. In fact, if you want to go with FA Cup semi-finals, actually, they lost the Community Shield of 2011, 11-12. They lost that. They lost the 2013 FA Cup final. They lost the 2014 Community Shield to us. Yeah. And then after that, they lost 2017 FA Cup semi-final to us. And then they lost the 2018. They lost in 2018 in the semi-final as well. Because I remember, I think Pep got them there again, didn't he? I think he got them to the FA Cup semi-final again. And then he lost the Community Shield in 2021. Yeah. The 2022 one, that was at Leicester Stadium, so I'm not counting that. But he lost the FA Cup semi-final in 2022. Yeah. He lost the Community Shield in 2023. So that's 8 times they've lost that the new Wembley so far since, 2024 lost the FA Cup final. And 2025 lost the FA Cup final. Wow. Wow. Oh, let's not forget the 2020 FA Cup semi-final. That's 11 times. I count 11 times Man City have been to that new Wembley Stadium since 2007 when it was built. Because, it's a very long time that they went Wembley before that. Yeah. They've lost 11 times. We've lost 3 times. FA Cup semi-final 2009. League Cup final Birmingham 2011. League Cup final Man City in 2018. We've lost 3 times. And we've been there enough times to lose enough times, and we haven't. But Hamza's talking about I'll send you the postcode. All right. All right. Would be lovely to beat City in the final by set piece own goal and shit. Set piece own goal to open them up. Man like block to score the winner. Counter attack. Actually, a really difficult game coming up on Thursday. Brentford I know Brentford's not going to be easy, but I think we're going to squeeze it. Personally, I think we're going to squeeze it. To be fair, Liverpool and City had a few finals. Do you consider the Community Shield a trophy? Yes, I do. Yeah, and I'll explain why, just in case you haven't heard me explain this. Yeah. Number one, when you look at the trophies available to everybody in the season, everybody, including those who's won the league and or the FA Cup, the Community Shield, just like the EFL Cup, FA Cup, and league title, though that has to be won every year. Yeah, and you get in that typically by winning the league title or the FA Cup. So that's one reason I won't disrespect the Community Shield, because an FA Cup or league title qualifies you to play in that. Yeah, even though the Community Shield has been seen as a friendly, played under friendly rules, look at shit. You know what I mean? The goals count. Yeah, if we play in the Community Shield next season and Saka scores 10 goals in the Community Shield, yeah, he's got 10 goals for next season already, and that's going to count towards his goal tally. Which means if the goals count towards your tally from the Community Shield, then what the goals lead to must count. Yeah, the UEFA and FA has viewed it as an English Super Cup. That's what they viewed it as, even though it's not a cup, it's a shield. But who gives a shit? Yeah, somebody has to win that every year. It counts towards your honours. The reason why it's so easy for people to downplay the Community Shield is because it's played right at the start of the season and it doesn't look like a cup. Yeah, if the Community Shield was played in January or March or something, number one, people would look at it differently. Number two, if the Community Shield was an actual cup instead, people will look at it differently. So the Community Shield, people not counting the Community Shield, that's just basically fan opinions. You know what I mean? Just it's fan opinions. But when you look at if you want to get down to the nitty gritty, get down to the actual facts of it, you know what I mean? It's hard to turn around and say it doesn't count, even though people try and use the argument that the cards don't carry over. Because if you get a red card in the Community Shield, it doesn't carry over into the Premier League or League Cup or FA Cup or whatever. It won't carry over. And people try and use that as an excuse, but the goals count in the Community Shield. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? I think we beat Brentford narrowly, but I'm quite nervous as they're decent form. Arguably in Europe, even top 4 race. Yeah, I mean, man like Keith Andrews, man's doing something. EFL is crucial for the mentality of both clubs finishing off the rest of the season. That's why I'm waiting for that. Yeah. If we don't win the EFL Cup, it's going to be hard for me to believe we're going to win the league because I don't know if Arteta and the players if the mentality is going to be sound off the back of losing the EFL Cup final. But if we win the EFL Cup final, I'd have the confidence enough to say I think we'll then go on and win the league. You know what I mean? 1-0 Saliba winner. Saliba hasn't got a goal for us in a while, actually. New fan for real probably picked it for setting up his YouTube channel. But yeah, I'm gonna do my match preview for the Brentford game anyway on Wednesday, and I won't be doing a watch along on Thursday. But you know, I'll be here to give you a match reaction. Yeah, and plus everyone won't be talking shit if we lose. There will be. You know what I mean? If we win it, it's a Mickey Mouse Cup. It's a fizzy drink cup. It don't mean anything. Big whoop to do. If we lose it, yeah, you haven't won a trophy. I mean, you couldn't make it up. I mean, I'm prepared for it. To be fair, Liverpool lost the final last season, still won the Prem. Yeah, they did. They've got the players that had the mentality, and they were so far clear in the table. It didn't even affect them. And then Slot last season was an anomaly for him because he's fallen off a cliff. Yeah, but I just can't see us losing the EFL Cup final and then still going on to win the league. I can't see us doing that. You know what I mean? Whereas Liverpool, yeah, they lost to informed Newcastle and everything like that. But it wasn't because the league was pretty much almost wrapped up for Liverpool. They could get away with losing that final. I can't remember how many points clear they were, but I know it was at least 7. I think it was at least 7 points clear. They were so far ahead anyway. It might have even been 10 or 12 points clear by March 2025 when they played that final. So even though they gifted Newcastle their first trophy in 70 years, it didn't hurt Liverpool like that. Nobody really teased them that hard because they were going to win the league anyway. We're not in a position where, well, if you lose the final, you're going to win the league anyway. This is going to be a close final with us being close in the table because I can't see us being no more than 4 points clear, Man City, leading up, going into that final in March. I could see it being like a 4-point gap or something like that. You know what I mean? Both of us are gonna drop points before the final. You know what I mean? And if we lose that final, especially to them, it's gonna hurt us more than it hurt Liverpool losing that final to Newcastle. You know what I mean? So yeah, that final is literally like people can say what they want about the EFL Cup, but y'all aren't gonna see an EFL Cup final like this in a good while. Y'all ain't gonna see it. Top 2. The title fight, the team fighting for the title. Let me go back, yeah? When Man United played Liverpool in the EFL Cup final in 2003, I don't believe they were both top 2 like that. It was Arsenal and Man United. You know what I mean? So that's another example of there'll be one team that's fighting for a title and the other one's just mid-table or whatever, yeah? 2004 EFL Cup, Middlesbrough won that. So, 2005, Chelsea played Liverpool. You know what I mean? It was us and Chelsea that were trying to fight for the title. 2006, Man United, Wigan. Come on now. 2007, Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea were the ones fighting for the league. We were like that to that degree. Yeah. 2008, Spurs, Chelsea. Again, you know what I mean? Chelsea fighting for the league. Spurs weren't doing anything. 2009, Spurs, Man United. Man United fighting for the league. Tottenham trying to retain the EFL Cup. They weren't doing anything otherwise. 2010, Man United, Aston Villa. You know what I mean? Again, Aston Villa, what were they doing? You know what I mean? 2011, Arsenal, Birmingham. Arsenal fighting for the title. You know what I mean? At that time. Birmingham doing nothing. 2012, Liverpool, Cardiff. You know what I mean? Liverpool weren't doing anything in the league. You know what I mean? 2013, Swansea, Bradford. Come on now. 2014, Man City, Sunderland. Man City fighting for the title. Sunderland doing nothing. 2015, Chelsea, Tottenham. Chelsea fighting for the league. Tottenham doing nothing. 2016, Liverpool, Man City. Man City would have been fighting for the league, but obviously Leicester won it in 2016. So it weren't really a top two team like that. 2017 EFL Cup final. Man United, Southampton. Again, neither of them fighting for the league. 2018 Arsenal, Man City. Man City fighting for the league. We'd fallen off a cliff, really. You know what I mean? 2019. Who played the 2019 EFL Cup final? Man City and who? Who was it? Chelsea. Man City, Chelsea. Yeah, Chelsea. Again, compared to Man City, weren't doing anything like that. 2020, Aston Villa, Man City. 2021, Spurs, Man City. 2022, Liverpool, Chelsea. Liverpool fighting for the league. Chelsea, what were they doing? 2023, Man United, Newcastle. You know what I mean? Man United were just happy just vibes FC. Newcastle just hit a purple patch and got there. 2024, Liverpool fighting for the league. Came up against Chelsea, doing nothing. 2025, Liverpool practically had won the league anyway. Came up against Newcastle, purple patch. You know what I mean? So 2026, Arsenal, Man City, all fighting for the league. Top two. You know what I mean? You ain't seen an EFL Cup final like this. You know what I mean? You ain't seen an EFL Cup final like this. Trust me. Saying it now, if we lose the final, I see another collapse similar to 22-23. I think we'll win the final, but should I be proved wrong? Forget it. I think whatever happens in the final, you can still win the Prem. You can. It's going to be very, very hard for me to believe if we lose that final that we're still going to have the mentality to win the league. It's going to be very hard for me to believe. You know what I mean? What's going to be more believable is us winning that final and that getting to our head and still not winning the league. That'll be more. I'd see that more than us losing a final and winning the league. You know what I mean? Although I personally think if we win that final, we do see this out. We see the league out. I think we do see it out. So frustrating. Man City just need to piss off. We need to wait and see what these 115 charges are saying. I wish I had your confidence. But very hard based on history, but I always welcome being proved wrong. Yeah, that's the thing. I want to be proved wrong. I want to be in the mud. So that these toxic positives, as I call them, can be like, yeah, I see, that's why I stuck with Arteta, mate. I hate it, but City ain't the same. Yeah, I do agree. City ain't the same. Would be unforgivable my ass to allow this version of City to pip us again. Yeah, someone's going to make history in that final because Arteta's never lost at Wembley. Pep's never lost in the EFL Cup final. He's won 4 in a row. It'll be interesting. This is the most sauciest final. I'm telling you. I reckon this final, this EFL Cup final, will be the highlight of finals this season. I think this final, just for the pure fact that it's the top two against each other, fighting for the EFL Cup and they're trying to fight for the league, I reckon that this final will be more of a blockbuster than whoever's in the Champions League final. You know what I mean? Unless it's like the league champions of each league. Like, for example, say if we win the Premier League and win the Champions League against the German champions or the Italian champions or the French champions or the Spanish champions. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't think the EFL Cup final this year is getting topped. I don't think there's a 2026 final is getting topped than that. You know what I mean? That is absolute blockbuster. Yes, mate. Big up to the Liverpool Prophet. Get me. I don't think nothing's topping this EFL Cup final this season so far. Yeah. What's your score prediction for the final? Maybe draw on penalties. I'm either going to go with a 0-0 or a 1-1. But if it's one in normal or extra time, one of us is going to win 2-1. If not, then 0-0 or 1-1, and then I'm going to go with Arsenal winning on penalties after a 0-0 or 1-1 draw, or we win 2-1. But for some reason, I can't see us winning in 120 minutes. I can see us winning on penalties. Because it's just going to be a stubborn game. It's going to be a bit like when we played them early on in the season. It's going to be a bit like that. It wouldn't surprise me at all if we concede first. That wouldn't surprise me. You know what I mean? The final, the nerves for the cup final kind of thing. That wouldn't surprise me. 2-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I can't see either side winning 3-1 or more. You know what I mean? It's either going to be a 1-0 or 2-1 if it's won in normal and extra time. But yeah, it's we better get over the line in that final, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to that final. But these next 5 fixtures, well, 5 for us. These next 5 fixtures is going to be interesting leading up to that final. You know what I mean? It's going to be very interesting to see how we manage everything. You know, how we go about these games, and if we drop points in certain games, and if City pick up points in certain games, and everything like that. It's going to be interesting. But we'll have to see. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave the stream here. I'm not worried about Man City as yet. I'm relatively calm. You know, some might be thinking, but yeah, I'm relatively calm because, like I said, us getting to the cup finals has given me confidence in this team. And another bit that's given me a little bit of confidence in this team is the team that's currently playing right now. Yeah, I just feel like with Odegaard, take your time. There's no rush. But I know what this manager's like. You know what I mean? Saka, there's no rush. But I know what this manager's like. You know what I mean? The FA Cup and Champions League draws will be interesting too. Will be. Especially, like I said, when it comes to being points clear. You know what I mean? Because some people are entertaining quad talks. I ain't entertaining quad talks. Yeah? The only way a quadruple's going to happen is when it comes to, let's say the EFL Cup's, when the EFL Cup's wrapped up. Yeah, if we win the EFL Cup, we're going to need to be at least 12 points clear of Man City going into our FA Cup games. Just be 12 points clear. Then we can rotate in the Premier League and then go all out for the FA Cup as well. You know what I mean? And the Champions League. You know what I mean? You need that cushion. You know what I mean? Because for a quad to happen, it's either that or everybody else has to be shit, even if it's close in the table. Everybody else just has to be shit. Either way, if you're 12 points clear, then everybody else is gonna be shit anyway. But yeah, you can't. This whole quad talk, nah. You know what I mean? But if you get the EFL Cup in your pocket, yeah, you've only got 3 more competitions to worry about. And depending on how you are and how far you get and the points in the league, because really the league has to be in a distance. You know what I mean? Really and truly, Liverpool had no excuse not to be chasing a quad last season. But they just went out early in the FA Cup and went out early in the Champions League. But they had the points cushion to go for to win a quad last season. Liverpool had the points cushion. The points cushion they had was perfect. Because they could have afforded to rotate and blitz the FA Cup. You know what I mean? They could have done it, but they went out early. If anything, since 2022, last season was Liverpool's best chance of a quadruple. That was their best chance. You know what I mean? Because being that far ahead in the table in the Premier League, being that far ahead, they were at the cup final and they were bare far ahead. But they lost the cup final, went out the FA Cup early, went out the Champions League early, and it ended up being a league. That's why the media and even fans almost downplay Liverpool only winning the Premier League because of that. You know what I mean? Because I would have a bittersweet taste in my mouth, even though I'd be happy if I won the league being bare points clear, but I got kicked out of everything early. Because you look back and be like, well, that's the kind of cushion you'd need if you were going to chase other competitions. You see what I'm saying? Best of luck, bro. Hope you guys win. Big up to you. Slot disrespect to the FA Cup. I mean, he should have. That was Liverpool's best squad. You know what I mean? A healthy cushion in the table. Yeah, it's going to be years before a team gets that opportunity like that again. You know what I mean? Because you want to be clear. You want to be clear. YG, this narrative that City back in the title race when there's no difference between this week and last week. Man City side not scary, they were vulnerable compared to 22-23 Man City. That's the thing. That's what's making me not as worried about them. But yeah, the narrative, you know what I mean? It's because the reason why they're doing this is because they didn't expect Liverpool to lose at Anfield to Man City. But they should expect that that's a possibility going by Liverpool's form. Anyway, even I looked at Liverpool and thinking it'd be very them to not beat Man City. And the Champions League game pissed me off. That Champions League game pissed me off. Oh, yeah, the PSG one. But yeah, anyways, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night for the match preview of the Brentford game. A game I do believe will just about win. But yeah, like the video, share, comment, subscribe, hype the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me just read this last comment. We can get 9 points clear because no way Man City are not dropping points because they really do like Man City almost giving up. When we beat them in the final, they will not lose it. Well, I think we'll beat them in the final. I think we'll win the EFL Cup. You know what I mean? Thus meaning if we do win it, then technically I am saying that we are going to win the league. But, you know, it's still possible for results to go the other way. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Come and find me. I'm in the car park now.
because I'm a black belt in karate,
Stop the cap.
come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.